up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. I am your host, Chris, and I got the family with me. What up, y'all?
Was good.
Nothing much. We are skipping the intro tonight. We are recording this on Wednesday, right after the Celtics and Nets game. Brianna's not too happy right now. KD done lost in front of his mama, as she says it. So it's fitting that we get into this topic here, because when I originally posted it and sent it to the fellas, I mean, we do this pretty much right now. It's becoming a tradition. So right now, what NBA player has the most to gain if they win the chip? And I'm going to start off with Darius, because I know he's going to have something interesting.
You get it. You got it.
The most to gain?
The most to gain. Like, whose legacy is going to be enhanced just like to another level?
All right. You know who, honestly, I think it would be who it could be? James Winston Harden.
That's a damn good answer. That's a damn good answer. I like where you're going with that.
Listen, man. And I've always said this about James Harden. Like, what he's missing is playoffs and championship. Like, this dude done did everything as a shooting guard. He done been an MVP. He done won the scoring title multiple times. He done been like the leading assist leader a couple times. Like, that's the only thing he's missing. Like, a top one title could put him like, okay, top 5 shooting guards. Just off of the accolades that he got. All he missing is a chip. If he get a chip, that jump elevates him higher, especially in my book. Because the knack has always been on him, but in the playoffs, you can't get it done. So especially if he do something big, like average 30-something in the conference finals or the finals, or hit a big shot, or if he win finals MVP, now I think it's going to be hard to do that, because I feel like if the Sixers win, it's going to be because of Joel Embiid, like, hands down. But if he could pull off something crazy, like, and he finals MVP, oh yeah. Everything we were talking about James Harden, hey, we can be like, hey, you can say what you want. Hey, that nigga went out there, got finals MVP, and won a chip. That puts him in the upper echelon of shooting guards for me. Still not better than D-Wade yet, but he'll have an argument, though, because of the accolades at that point.
Yeah, have an argument. That's fair. That's fair. I still will have D-Wade with you, but that's fair. Who you got, Brianna? Who has the most to gain?
I'm going to say, I would say one, Kevin, because we always talk about them 2 ships he won with a team that was already great. So if he win this one by himself, well, not by himself, but with his own team, then they can stop talking about it so much.
True.
Okay.
He's still gonna be talked about regardless. They still gonna talk about it, but they'll stop talking about it as much.
I think that I agree. I think they'll alleviate a lot of it.
Yes.
Because if they win, it's definitely because of KD.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it's his team.
Right.
So yeah. It's a good answer. I mean, it's a predictable answer, but it's a good answer. Who you got, Blair? Who you got, man?
I guess it's Chris Paul.
I was gonna say him too.
Thought about that.
Chris Paul actually needs it the most. Yeah. And he's the one running out of time the fastest because he's the oldest out of the crew. So he needs it. And as it stands right now, they talking about Book might miss game 3 and 4. He's supposed to miss game 3 and 4 with the mild strain.
Man, that's big.
And it's like, man, that injury thing is for real with Chris Paul, bro. Like, no matter where he goes, wherever, like, whenever
playoff time, it's over.
Somebody gets hurt, man. Usually it's Chris Paul.
Terrible.
But
Yeah, it's usually him.
like his teams be an injury away, bro. Like every time, like it's so crazy. And if D Book got hurt last night, I'm like, oh no, Booker did not lead this game in the third. Them dudes came storming back, and it was like, yeah, Chris Paul can't carry it today. Like that momentum shifted, and they just kept grinding and grinding and grinding.
He was Chris Paul was already having a bad night.
Going straight to New Orleans, so they're gonna be in New Orleans anyway when they play. Like,
and they're gonna be hyped too.
They're gonna be crazy in there. And
that boy Brandon Ingram and giving them buckets.
It could get away from the Suns
crazy
really quickly. Like Suns can be in trouble. They play well without Devin Booker for 2 games in the first round of the playoffs. Should the Suns be able to pull it off? Yes.
Yes.
But that's a big ask because Devin Booker had 31
I'm not so
when
sure.
He got hurt. Like when he got hurt, he had 31. Like
I'm not so sure because
for that game
without Devin Booker, man, Brandon Ingram is the best player on the court.
He went crazy. Like he finally took it over. If he does that every game, people are in trouble. I don't know why he doesn't. Maybe that's just not his thing. Maybe that's not the game plan. But he went for it. Like he went for it last night. Like
because he can smell the blood, man.
Listen,
right.
If that's not the game plan, somebody needs to get fired.
They need to make it the game plan.
Yes.
Right? That needs to be the game plan.
Is super big. Like that's really big.
I really feel like they need to play through Aiden now. Like y'all play through Aiden and Chris. I think that's the best play.
But you ain't gonna be able to do but so much.
Chris
you know
can't
why?
do that all game though, bro. Like Chris don't play the whole game like that.
Guess what? DeAndre Ayton, when it come down to it, bro, this dude is a help defender, bro.
Somebody has to set him up.
He ain't guarding niggas.
Offense.
He ain't guarding niggas, and Brandon Ingram is just too big for Bridges, bro. He's just too big. He is shooting over this dude.
Yeah.
It's a big hurt, and Chris is going. I think it'll mean more for Chris Paul under the circumstances. Like Chris Paul needed, and he's always been, one of the only dudes made the playoffs every year of his career. Like that is crazy. Every single year of your career, and every time. It's
always something,
bro. Like he's been on 3 different stacked teams that was ready for it, and
it's like you can't blame him because he make your team better every time. Yeah. It is statistically proven.
Instantly
Chris
better.
Paul to your team makes it better. Your team is better.
Yeah.
No matter what, even if you play on OKC with nobody else,
man, he almost got
better.
$80 million.
Yes.
Now he blew it, and he still got real money, but he ain't got $80 million money.
Now just imagine if they would have let this man go play with Kobe, dog. That jump would have been crazy.
That would have been unfair for the league.
Yeah.
It don't matter,
especially for what they traded him for. It's like the fuck, hell no, y'all can't do that.
Man, this nigga Kobe would have had like 9 championships.
Everything they did seemed like it was above board. It was just the league owned ran the Pelicans at the time, and it was like, nah. David Stern was like, nope, not happening.
Oh, we ain't about to offset it like that. Like, I know what you're trying to do.
The only one that really hurt was Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Yes, because Kobe got it done regardless.
He pulled out 2 more after that.
Yeah.
Who you got, Christopher?
I've been thinking about this, man. I thought about
Giannis.
Kyrie. I was
Yeah, I
very
thought
close to
about
picking Kyrie,
Giannis.
man. I think it would mean more. Man, it would just be a lot. But Brianna, right? I got Giannis. Here's why. I think he wins another championship, and he's the reason. And he's been a defensive MVP. He's won league MVP. He's been on all defensive teams. He's averaging 30 points. If he wins another one, bro, you got to put him in the top, 15, 20 players of all time. Like,
I agree.
easy. And easy.
I agree.
Easy.
Of all time.
Of all times. Of all time.
All the time. The whole,
you heard what
the
I
whole
said.
75 years.
I did not stutter.
At
Of
least
all
top
the
20, bro.
All the time.
At least
all
top
the
20.
times. All of them. At least top 20,
15?
top 15.
Oh, okay. Top 20, top 15.
At least top 20. I say at least top 20.
I say
at
top
least
20
top 20.
easy.
And then
I say top 20 easy.
Yeah, I said top 20.
Top 20?
Top 15 can be
Yes.
debatable.
Okay.
Be debatable. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think is on line for Giannis. Like he gets this, and if he get in finals MVP, because he already got one, he gets another one, man. Nah, he out of here like a rocket ship. Niggas gonna start talking about, oh, where does he rank all time? Soon as they win it, that's gonna be the first thing people gonna start talking about. Man, where he rank all time? Like, easy. Because they do shit they did after Jordan won his third championship. Like, oh, well, is he the greatest of all time? Like, well, whoa, it's a whole lot of players that got more championships. They like, we don't care. We want to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the accomplishments are there. You can't say he don't play D, because he do. You can't say he can't score, because he do. You know what I'm saying? You can't say he don't guard the best player. Not all the time, but he do. So, I mean, that's who I got, man. I can't. I know it sounds weird when you're saying it, Brianna, but
no, I'm gonna say this, Chris. And I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Like, hey, if Giannis do win another one, hey, he owned like the track, bro. He gonna be on the same track that we put these other niggas on. LeBron, Kevin Durant. It's gonna be like, hey, and it's because of the crazy growth. Like, he was like the perfect example of, like, when we talk about raw talent, like the dude young, hey, he long, he athletic. All we gotta do is fine tune him. And he done been chiseling at that shit and chiseling at that shit. And even this year, bro, this dude is better than he was last year, bro. He is better than he was last year. And if he win another championship and get a finals MVP this year, and that jump will be scary, bro. I'd be like, bro, Giannis win 5 championships. You talking about
GOAT status.
That conversation, dog.
You talk about,
hey. But it would be like they'll talk about it only because of his age. He like 27 or 28. So it's like so he'll still have that time. Until he around KD age right now, he'll still have that window. Let's say Giannis get 4 championships. We gonna be talking about, hey, this nigga was better than niggas you think is the best right now. Nigga might be better than Bronny. Nigga might be better than KD. Might be better. Is he better than Jordan? That's gonna be like the gossip if he get that too. I feel like they'll be like, they ain't gonna say he there yet, but they'll be like, hey, he could. Only because right now he just going up and going up.
Hey, when they say the nigga on deck, the nigga would be on deck.
I could see him being on deck, and it would be like, how can you argue it, bro? Let's say Giannis win 4 chips. You can't argue against this nigga 7 feet, playing offense and defense, multiple MVPs. I would assume he might get another defensive player of the year in there. You never know what he could get. One year he might go crazy and average 32, win a scoring title. Shit.
Because
But
he almost got it this year.
I feel like the same way for KD. I feel the same way for KD. Shit, if KD win 2 more chips, shit.
It's a conversation.
Hey, it's the conversation to be had, bro.
Where does he rank? I mean, that's what I feel like. That's what's on the line for him.
I'm gonna say this real quick. Second, in a close second, I had Ja Morant. If Ja Morant, if Memphis win the championship, he is instantly a superstar. Like, it's over with. There ain't no debate. Like,
if we doing that, then the next actual dude that it would matter for would be Steph. And then win the actual finals. Dude, him winning the finals MVP means so much for him because he hasn't won one. Like, even on the year that it was supposed to be Splash Brothers, Andre Iguodala won the finals MVP.
And that was some bullshit. That shit was some bullshit.
You gave it to him because he was the only dude guarding LeBron.
Like, even if it wasn't
this nigga
him,
LeBron averaged like 34.
Guess what he would have averaged if Iguodala wasn't checking it, and that's the cold part. They like slowed him down just enough. His hand was in his face just enough. At the end of the game, it would have been tough. Steph he wasn't the best player in that series then. So, like, for him to be the best player in the finals would be big for him, man.
Steph hasn't. The thing is, Steph hasn't played necessarily bad in the finals.
But he wasn't.
I think one of them he averaged like 26 points.
He
wasn't the one carrying it.
Yeah, because when KD came, it was
KD.
KD.
Lights out.
It was KD for a quarter, bro. It was get out the way.
Quarter.
KD for a quarter.
I don't give a damn how many threes this nigga done hit. Past that
all
bitch.
Game. None of that matters. Get the ball to KD, bro.
Yeah, that bitch to KD, dog. Fuck that. I feel that for sure.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, even if Golden State makes a crazy run, and because Booker's out for 2 games. Let's say he's out for 2 games because of the actual hamstring, not like the 1 game in the hamstring and the game number 2 is like him ramping it back up. Say he's out for 2 games, and then he got to come back. That's at least like another 2 to 3 games before you find out. Like he got time because it's so stretched out, but that's like another 2 to 3 games before you gonna see if he's like back at full strength, bro. Because hamstrings are questionable. You know what I mean? Like, those are the worst things you can get. Those are the ones they can't really feel. Like, you can feel great, and then in 2 minutes, your hamstring is completely done. And you're like, I'm done today. Yeah. Like, you don't know. And he's already had hamstring issues, not on this leg, but just the idea
that's his thing.
Full speed. Like, he was running full speed. He made a swipe. He didn't make any, like, weird leg movements. It didn't look like he just pulled it. And that's the worst because, like, nothing happened to you. That's almost like non-contact, man. We all know every non-contact injury you get is probably going to be the worst thing that ever happened to you because that's usually when things blow out. Like, every time them dudes do something on the football field and they care about their leg more than the football, you know it's immediately toast. That's why it's always the great equalizer. But he just quit. He was done. He walked 2 steps past the basket. His hand was up before he turned around. I'm out. Like, I'm done. I ain't playing no more basketball today.
Now, if this dude Steph win Finals MVP, he top 7 all time.
Because just think if he don't and, like, Clay win it or Jordan Poole win it, like the passing of the guard or torch or whatever, dude, like, for everything Steph's done, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Andre
talking about
Iguodala
all-time ranking,
Andre Iguodala was cool. He was the vet. You be cool with that. You be pissed if Jordan Poole
shouldn't have got it.
He shouldn't have got it, though.
Pissed if Jordan Poole won. Who should have got it?
Steph should have got that one. That one that went.
He had averaged like 26, bro. It wasn't like Iguodala was balling. It wasn't like he averaged 20 and then you like, oh, he held LeBron to 34 points a game.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You get it? Think about that. You get an MVP to a dude that just held him to 34 a game. Like, come on, man.
They're
What are
like,
y'all
well,
doing?
if he wouldn't have guarded,
Like-
they'd say what Blair said. If he wasn't guarding them, hey, this nigga would have had about 40 from 50.
50. And that's
Yeah, 50.
facts
And it
on
would have
facts,
been an
man.
L.
Facts on facts. But that's interesting, man. And we got to move on. We got to move on. Last topic of the day. Breaking news today. Some football news. Debo Samuel said, "Fuck y'all niggas, I want out." Said, "I want to be traded. Pay me or let me go." I don't know exactly what the details are, but the story goes is he just said he wanted out after, I guess he's trying to negotiate a new contract. I don't know if they offered him something and it was disrespectful to him in this current receiver market, or they didn't offer him anything and he was just like, "Oh, y'all want to renegotiate my contract? I've been here 3 years, balled out, Pro Bowls everywhere. I'm basically the offense because if I'm not there, y'all niggas is not doing nothing without me." So my question to y'all is, one, are the 49ers going to trade him? Two, if he gets traded, who should be the first team willing to offer it all to get Debo? Who you think, Blair?
You go me first, bro. So
I gotta go you first, bro. You look like you was ready.
I
Hey,
was
Blair
thinking about
Blair is
the
ready to spin the
basketball
block.
thing, bro. So
I'm keeping all of it too. I ain't edited nothing down.
So Debo has an issue where, like, they need to trade him. I think it's going to be harder to maximize Debo somewhere because of what they do, and maybe that's why. Maybe they tried to pay him some combination of running back / receiver salary, and he just like, nah, I want to be a receiver because I want receiver money or whatever. It's tough because it seems to have like the immediacy of like, I want to be out right now. Excuse me, seems to be like out of the blue. Like, even if they were having contract issues and things like that, like he's like, I'm done. I don't want to play here no more. I don't want to suit up for y'all. I want to play for another team. I want another contract. And I think, like, honestly, it just gives me the feel like these dudes are paying attention and they're starting to realize, like, yeah, everybody can't complain. How, like, people like Baker should just be quiet and, let the best thing happen to him at this point, because you talking is not helping you under the circumstances where Debo's like, I'm done, like, I'm out. It's a completely different circumstance, but they're both, openly talking about not wanting to be there. He's like, I'm done. Please trade me. I'm going to tell y'all privately and I'm going to tell y'all publicly, I want to be traded. I don't want to play here anymore. And while the open, request for the trades diminishes kind of what you can get back for a player, it still is a little, it's kind of basketball in the way where they're kind of openly saying, I'm done here. I don't want to play. He's in the last year of his deal, of a 4-year deal from a second round contract. And he's been way underpaid, like, because San Francisco utilized him really well, which is all well and good. But I guess I understand because they pay them so little up front because of, how they set the contracts for the rookie scales and all that up. Like, he's not getting very much money at all. And, he made them a lot of money on top of, like, a lot of yards. And I don't know if his production will be anywhere close to the same anywhere else because of the unique, I guess, kind of a skill set that he has. But him wanting to be out is crazy that it happened so hard, so fast. Like, but I feel like that's the empowerment part where they see the basketball of it and the other sports, being able to kind of say, mainly basketball, like, I'm not doing this and I want to be out, like, trade me. And then they'll trade you. You might have to sit out or do whatever. and it doesn't normally happen in football because it's too many dudes. But I guess some of the dudes at the top are starting to realize, like, I can kind of request this, and technically it shouldn't be negative. I definitely don't think he's going to do anything close to what he did in San Fran somewhere else. I feel like San Fran tailored a lot. Not to say that he's not a good player, but I'm like, all the yards he got was a combination of running and, receiving yards. So I don't know if he'll have, 1,700 all-purpose yards again, because he had 1770 something. He was like third in the league for most yards from scrimmage. I don't know if he'll get there. If you get a good 1,000-yard receiver out of Debo, I guess that's good. The question is, does he want to be a running back? Did he not like the role? Like, what was so, bad that he's like, I'm done? That part hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I think they must have really disrespected him. I think they did something very disrespectful for him to be like, nah, bro, I'm good. Matter of fact, and then like Darius said, his brother been on like, hey, he ain't never suiting up for these fools again, like ever.
I feel like they just tried to football him, bro, and he wasn't for it. Because they try to do everybody, the same kind of way. They try to keep you in the football program, and this is how football is run. He's a second round pick, so usually, they're not trying to pay second round pick, first round money. It depends on how they feel. Like, if they just don't view you as a first round, whatever, they don't want to pay you that money, even if you turn into that kind of player sometimes. Like, it's crazy. I just think they tried to hit him with a football number that's like, this works because of this. And he's like, yeah, I'm not doing this. But I don't know. Like, there's no real reporting out there on what actually happened, other than they were apart on the contract, and then out the blue, he's like, I don't want to play here no more.
Yeah, but who you think should be on the horn though? Who should be the first team to be like, hey, we need you. We'll give up that first round pick y'all asking for, or whatever the hell.
I already know.
Man,
I already know.
We're gonna spin the block on Blair. He gonna think about that thing. Who you got, Darius? Since you said I already know.
All right, so check this out, right? Just to let y'all know, I did see an article out there that said he does not want to be a running back / wide receiver. He wants to be a receiver, which, like Blair says, makes sense because now the market is inflated. Everybody's getting overpaid. That's just what the market is. The owners and GMs don't gotta like it, but guess what? That's what it is. Like, that's just it. And now these boys done got this taste of this guaranteed money. It ain't no going back. It ain't no going back, dog. And the stats don't lie. Hey, the man deserved to get paid. Now, do I think they should trade him? I think the 49ers would be okay if they traded him. Because the Shanahans know what the fuck they be doing on the field. It don't matter who they got out there. They know what to do. They know football. They know what make football click. And they can mold their team to it. So I ain't worried about that. I got two takes on as far as him going somewhere. Ideally, if we just talking about where this dude could go, and I feel like it would fit him, number one would be Baltimore. It takes the ball out of Lamar's hands sometimes, because if he can accept the role that he can do the same shit that Lamar Jackson be doing. He can turn around, hand this nigga the ball, get him in space, and let him do what he do. And he's still a good receiver. He runs really clean routes. He got good hands. He can catch the ball. Number two, ideally, I would have Green Bay, because you don't have a number one, bro. And this dude, Aaron Rodgers, need a number one. He need a number one. He's shown us in his career, and he need that one guy. Like, hey, all else fails, I'm gonna throw it to this dude. he helps them out. Realistically, Dallas should trade for this nigga. Dallas should trade for this nigga. Fuck Zeke. Send this nigga packing. Send 2 first rounders. Get Debo. Get Debo Samuel right now. I don't give a fuck what you just paid this nigga coming off this fucking ACL injury. Fuck that shit. No, go get Debo. This dude CD Lamb, it ain't in me. He hasn't proven to me like, oh, he just that guy. He nice. He ain't Debo. So Dallas need to go get him. They've done shown that, bro. Tony Pollard is the better back in Dallas right now. Fuck Zeke. Send this nigga in his contract over there.
I feel that. I'm not gonna lie. The first team I thought about when I seen he said I want out was the Baltimore Ravens. I thought about, hey, the Ravens, and I'm sure that was gonna be your answer, right, Brianna? That the Ravens was gonna be your answer, obviously. They need receivers, especially a receiver like Debo.
Yeah, he fit the offense.
But I think I might shock y'all with my answer, which is my number 2. My number 2 team that I feel like that can really use him, he'll still be in the warm weather, is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's why. You used your number 1 overall pick on Trevor Lawrence last year. He does not have a number 1. You go and get Debo, you can get him, let's say a 2 and a 1, a 2 this year and a 1 next year, and whatever else they want. They just ain't gonna get your number 1 overall pick for this year. Hey, they number 1 pick in their first pick in the second round is like having a number 1 pick anyway, because I got the first pick in the draft. So I mean, why not? 2, it helps develop Trevor Lawrence. Puts him on a fast track because all the other top quarterbacks got a number 1 receiver, like a true number 1. Like, oh, he's that guy. Another thing, they playing in the AFC, bro. Everybody got number 1s. Everybody got quarterbacks. Everybody got defense. Man, is just a murderer's row of a conference right now. Y'all got to keep up with everybody else. And they ain't got no receivers. And like you said, it takes the ball out of Trevor Lawrence's hands. You can do it. You can do quick screen. You know he gonna go good with that. You can do a reverse with him. You know he good with that. So he's very versatile. It helps out Trevor Lawrence, and you still got the number 1 overall pick. Go ahead, pick a defender if you want to, or pick a lineman. However y'all want to do it, whatever y'all do, because y'all need a lot of stuff. But I don't think they. I think they kind of close actually to being pretty good. But Brianna, was I right?
What else would they give up though?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's it. It also depends on what San Francisco is asking for too.
Oh, they want at least 2. They probably want at least 2 first round picks.
But
at least 2 and a player.
But they're inside. They're right there. Therein lies the conversation where he's saying, like, if y'all gonna ask this for me, y'all ain't trying to pay me like that though. So
who cares about that? That ain't up to Debo.
I know it ain't up to Debo, but what I'm saying is that also lets me know that's what. But for me, if they're offering that also lets Debo know, like, oh yeah, so you know your offer was disrespectful, or you not want to negotiate. However way it was, you know it was disrespectful.
I'm gonna let y'all finish. I'm not putting that together, bro.
I am. If that's what they offering for him, like, oh, I'm worth this for somebody else, but I ain't worth this for y'all. I'm just saying. But Brianna was all right. Is it your Baltimore Ravens?
You know we need all the help we can get on the receiver. All of the help we can get. We have nobody out there. Nobody.
Y'all got Brown?
No, they got. I feel like what's the name might break out this year? Bateman.
Our tight end is our go-to.
Hey, that nigga is catching everything.
Everything.
That boy catching. Hey, he had my fantasy lit. I can't even lie.
Lit. I
Hey,
told my mom, I was like, Darius got half of the Baltimore Ravens on his team.
So did. This nigga Lamar Jackson got hurt his ass.
you got somebody yet, Blair?
I mean, so I got options. The problem is what they're gonna want for Debo and the teams that are gonna be able to acquire Debo. So like anything I say ain't gonna make any sense for him to go there without the other part of it. And I don't even believe in Dallas, because I don't think they'll use him right. I don't honestly think Debo is the number one. Not that Debo's not good. I don't think the way Debo is used, I don't think he's used. He's not a number one receiver, bro. Like
But
they use
he would be
Debo
number
for deep
one
threat
in Dallas,
stuff,
though.
and that's a problem, bro. That would be a problem for Dallas. I'm telling you, the way Debo has to be used, or if it's just so happened that the San Francisco got it right, but the way Debo's not a strictly like conventional receiver, bro.
I gotta push back. I gotta push back.
I can't say that.
Yeah, I can't say that. I can't say
that's just because how they used him. Like this dude go out there run.
That's
he run crisp routes.
Like
he got good hands.
He does his thing from the receiver end of it. I just think they ain't got no superstar running back, and Debo is the best one they got.
So, all right. I don't know. Hold on, man. I gotta check something.
Do your thing, my boy.
Checking. Take your time. Take your time.
All right.
It can all be edited out later.
He was out there killing in 16 games.
No, man. Why he checking that? Fuck.
He did have better numbers. All right. I won't.
He about to be a Steeler, man.
Nebus.
And he's really good.
That man got a better chance of knocking on my door right now.
So I don't
Y'all need a quarterback.
Be your only receiver. So like
Baker.
Debo had, I'm gonna say it. He played 16 games. He had 77 receptions. He had 1,405 yards. So he was out there killing it. All right, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say he wasn't out there killing it. He got 6 touchdowns, but he got 4 fumbles. He lost 2. So that's a good season. I ain't even gonna lie. Dude's pretty good. But I'm still just not sure if so the Jacksonville thing is like if they give up all that for Debo, they're gonna stink for a long time, and they can't afford to build a team and stink at the same time. Debo ain't young.
I agree.
Debo is 26. You know what I mean? That's like, halfway through your football career. Debo ain't got 3 more seasons to be waiting for Trevor Lawrence to turn into that dude and for them to build a team.
That's why he ain't trying to play running back.
Yeah, and I can see why he would not want to do it under those circumstances. The teams that would actually need him or could use him would be teams that are more established that could afford to do it. So like if you think Debo changes your squad and you already got like 1 or 2 receivers, I can see Buffalo doing it because Buffalo could take another receiver. Doesn't matter if they got poopy draft picks. Like everybody coming to get Debo ain't gonna have great draft picks because you just throwing Debo into another terrible team. Like that's how football is the only real one in sports that's like if you are butt cheeks, you are guaranteed to be number 1. And the lottery balls, it's just literally let's look at these records. If you suck, if you are the worst football team in the NFL,
getting the number
you are
1
getting
pick.
the number 1 pick. It does not matter about anything else. None of that matters. And like you get number 1 because you stink. You definitely need one of these top 10 players to help your stinky team. And you still might be in the top 10 next year. But you got 1 player in your stinky team and you're making progress. That's going to be the problem. Like, Debo doesn't want to go to a butt-cheek team unless he just wants a contract. So, like, Buffalo could do it. They just got rid of Sammy Watkins, so they kind of need to fill a small boy. You know, he was always hurt. Is this thing just not charging my phone? That is just ridiculous. It's been plugged up all this time. Okay. So, like, really, dude, my phone just hit me with the number. I'm like, I'm looking at the cord hanging out of it. What's going on? And it just wasn't even pushed all the way in the hole, like the little clicker did. And that's just rare for me. Just terrible. Again, so we go back to this. Just, I'll say it out loud. I don't care. Buffalo. We Buffalo. Buffalo is a good team. I know y'all not gonna like what I'm gonna say next, but I'm gonna say the Pats. Like I think the Pats. I think the Pats could do well with Debo. Like
I agree.
in that team and what they doing. I think the Pats would like kill with Debo, and without like they don't need to draft pick straight up. Like they get rid of those dudes, and they do well as a team. You probably gotta send something back, like so it might not be 2 firsts or it might be a 3rd and a 4th. Like they're gonna swap something. It's not gonna just be you take these 2 picks, you just hold. You got to give some of your later round stuff back. That's usually what they do. So I think New England would be a fantastic fit. Would he like the code? I don't know. Other teams, I'm not sure. Like you could say, no, Cincinnati actually doesn't need them. Pittsburgh needs them, but Pittsburgh needs a quarterback, so they technically can't afford to get off those picks. Cleveland got a they might need a receiver, but they can't really afford to do anything. They just did all that stuff for Watson. I don't really think he would do well in Baltimore. I just don't. Because of the way Baltimore's offense works, like I don't know if he'll do well there. Like even under the second, he's not trying to be something similar to what he was in San Fran. Him going to Baltimore is like as close to a San Fran offense as you're gonna get. And if he ain't trying to be that type of dude and he just wants to be more receiver-ish, Baltimore ain't the place to go. Baltimore asks you to run the ball. Like they run the ball with everybody.
I feel like he should just be like, bruh, you see what McCaffrey got paid. Hey, I need that. Based on the market today, I need that.
Because while McCaffrey is probably never going to be the same character, everything he did before that when they weren't paying him, that's what you're paying for now. And that's the unfortunate part about football. A lot of times you get the best out of those dudes and you're paying them nothing. And when it's time for their real contract and they don't keep performing, it's like, what happened? It's like, man, you used them up already. This is all they got left.
But he got less mileage than McCaffrey though.
Much less. And he's faster and doesn't seem to take direct hits. But I'm saying like, so if they're gonna do it like that, that McCaffrey money was nuts. And he ain't been the same person since he signed that check. But that was the same thing. That's the same thing Zeke did. Zeke specifically did not come back until he was paid. And then everybody was like, he don't look the same. Like, no. He knew it before he sat out, but he had just given you all that stuff for like 3 or 4 straight years. Like, you used it up. It just sucked. He didn't have much left after that. So other than that, man, like, there's not a lot of teams. There's nothing in the AFC West. You know, he might be good in Denver, but Denver ain't got anything to give up. You know, they just signed Russ and all of that took. Any of the teams that had to trade for the dudes that they signed are out. And so you're either left with super butt teams or teams that are established.
I'm telling you, realistically, bro, they gotta go to Dallas, bro. You can trade Zeke,
and Dallas would probably pay him, but they wouldn't. Like he would if he's trying to like win. It ain't gonna be in Dallas, bro.
I agree, but is it about? I don't even know. Like these days, he's
young enough. It's probably about that first check. It's about the first big payday.
Them boys is about getting that money because, unlike in basketball, these niggas know. Like in football, your days is numbered. Like unless you play quarterback, or unless you very fortunate, like your days is numbered in football. Eventually, eventually your body is gonna be like, hey, bro, like, nah, we can't put it out like we put it out 3 years ago. Like
we out on that.
So these boys is like, bro, I need this money now, and I need this guaranteed money now. So shit, I hope he get his money, bro, because he definitely worked for it, bro. I'm sad.
He definitely deserves
I'm sad that
You know what I
San
mean, for the second
Francisco
round
won't
pick.
pay him because the whole thing with them was, oh, you were supposed to be moving on to Trey Lance, but now you can't do it. One, because he ain't where y'all thought he was gonna be. Why? Because this nigga Jimmy Garoppolo been fucking winning. So you ain't had no reason to pull this man. You haven't had a reason to pull him. So it's like, bruh, that junk done jammed up everything. Now they really don't want to let Jimmy G go. They is like, bruh, we can live with an interception here and there if it's gonna get us to the fucking NFC Championship.
And a Super Bowl.
But
So
if they would have already gotten rid of Jimmy G, this nigga would have got paid.
Probably.
I agree.
They're in a tough spot, you know, and maybe they don't. Again, it's the second round draft pick thing, man. They don't like paying them dudes. They kind of
But
think
it's
you
like,
should stay in the range of where you got drafted, even if you explode. Like they don't care.
but now, like we said, bro, the market is fucked up, man. Like, is
They
everybody?
just paid Tyreek Hill $20 million, bro.
Yes, in this next
Devontae Adams got
in
18.
these
Was it?
next 4 years, all these dudes about to get overpaid, bro. Why? Just because of the market.
Teams are
And
going to be destroyed, except for
Yep.
teams like New England, who never
it's
pay
only gonna
anybody,
suck.
and they only pay like defensive players, like or
Yep.
a real or like one good skill. Like they don't pay
It's
nobody,
only
or they
it's
don't
only
pay
gonna suck.
extravagant amounts of money for a team. They build it accordingly. They ain't paying, you know. If Tom never got 40, they ain't paying a quarterback 40, bro. It
Bruh,
ain't happening right now.
it's only gonna suck for whoever writing the check. That's it. Bruh, Tom Brady could have been broke the mold, man. He could have been did that shit. He could
chose
have
not
been
to.
set the quarterback market outrageous if he had wanted to.
But that
Quarterbacks
definitely
could have been
would have
getting a
messed
$250
up the
million.
Pats, though. It would have messed the Pats up, like straight up.
And guaranteed money.
He was a team guy, like
Yep.
because he was a 6th round guy, and they like his journey was that of a journey. He like, I'm gonna get paid, and he ended up super rich and with a wife that is super paid. Like his
Yep.
girl had money too, so it wasn't like they were hurting for money when they hooked up. Like they were both super rich, and he just kept going up. He still hasn't made $50 million a season. The most this dude has made is $25 million a season, and he's like, I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that and 7 rings and having been a part of the team. He was one of the more higher paid dudes on the team. He just was never the highest paid dude in the league. Like that wasn't something that mattered to him.
Hey, all the highest paid dudes in the league done came through shit. This nigga Tom Brady been playing for so long. He probably done made more money than him anyway.
A lot of them, like when they showed the career earnings for like him and Aaron Rodgers, they was like both at like 290 million or something like that at the time. Like it was crazy.
And the Packers was looking at that like, damn, this nigga Aaron Rodgers gave us one fucking Super Bowl.
Get what you
And
pay
2
for.
MVPs at 30 something.
You get what you pay for, all right.
You get what you negotiate.
Exactly.
Get what negotiate. You
All I'm gonna
negotiated
say is
very
get
well.
paid, NFL players. Hey, y'all play the most violent.
Hey, they've
sport
been not paying them for so long. I don't care about nobody cap situation. That's on
Yep.
y'all. Y'all better
Fuck
figure
that
it
cat.
out. The
Hey,
only
look.
problem is like with the quarterback getting all these money, like other dudes take a hit trying to get their check because the quarterback getting all the money. But
I don't want to hear nothing but money problems with 32 billionaires in one fucking room. I don't want to hear shit about no money.
At all.
it's not. Yeah, it's definitely not like they can't pay him. So, all right, bro.
They ain't going broke for nobody.
Yeah,
They wouldn't be
all
going
I'm
broke.
saying.
They wouldn't be remotely close to going broke, bro.
I mean,
All I'm-
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like they ain't
All
going
I'm
broke
gonna
for
tell y'all
nobody.
right now, the Bucks about to win the championship again.
I don't know about all that, but future episode next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching episode 98. Episode 100 will be shot live.
Okay.
Episode
It's so much
100.
news to us, we didn't even hear what he said.
Exactly. But it's
so
gonna be we're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it live, episode 100. We're gonna do it big. We're gonna do it big. Have any guests that you want. anybody can just jump on. Well, not just anybody, but you know what I mean. Like, share, subscribe. We holla at y'all till next time. It's gonna be Super Draft Tuesday next week. Deuce.
Yeah.
Hey.